Thanks for staying with us. This is Today with John and Helen on Plus TV Africa on DSTV 408 and Star Times 308. And for those of you who are not caught up in the traffic this morning, trying to join the women, welcome to the show. So first up is my guest, Aderunke Olayoye. She's a passionate healthy food connoisseur and lawyer. How passionate is she? We will find out in a bit. Aderunke Olayoye graduated from the University of Lagos, where else, in 2007 and was called to the Nigerian bar in 2008. She worked with huge, well-known law firms for about 8 years after being called to bar, and then took a break for legal and business development roles in 2016. She went back to back training and courses in the United States and the UK on healthy cafe and nutrition such as vegetarian, vegan, ketogenic, Mediterranean, plant-based, cleanse and detox eating, and so on, and so on, and so on. And then she started her company, Alliance Cafe, in 2017 in Ogudu, Lagos. And guess what? It was the first of its kind in the area and its surroundings. It has since been the choice healthy family cafe with very high standards of quality, healthy meals, tailor-made daily. How did she achieve this within such a short period of time? Mrs. Olayoye should share that with us in a minute. So, can I call you Ronke?
Sure, go
I
ahead.
can call you Ronke. So Ronke, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
Now,
me.
we were just asking, how have you been able to balance the law profession with nutrition profession?
Okay, looking at the areas where I've worked and being a law graduate and also a graduate from the law school, there's certain skills you're equipped with that would allow you to thrive in the entrepreneurial journey or the business, whichever business you decide to go into. Now, being a lawyer who has also worked as a business development person or executive, I have been able to acquire skills such as negotiating skills that helps me to value or understand the use of words, either verbally or written. And that way it helps you to ensure that you don't get into some pitfalls when you're having business transactions or partnership in whichever area in the business I'm in now. And it has also allowed me to find a balance in my day-to-day dealings with my clients in the areas of, people come sometimes and tell you they would like to partner with you. They like what you do. And then you don't just jump into such agreements without first logically looking and analyzing into what they are bringing on the table. Now, being in that area where I have worked and understand where I can pick and understand where hidden, how can I put it, traps can lie in transaction, that's helped me to be able to quickly identify such areas. And then also in the area of execution, as a lawyer, you are equipped with a tool of executing your ideas with some sort of level of finesse, and then you're able to then gather enough way to also ensure that there's profits in the execution of the business. People have had transactions with me and then they've had to ask, what were you doing before now? And I get to ask them why, and the results, the feedback that I receive is been encouraging in the sense that they tell me, oh, the way you've positioned this, the way you relate with clients, the way you explain the plan or the nutritional value to us has been different. So I believe that whatever business you decide to thrive into, the platform as a lawyer helps you to be able to target areas where ordinarily you would not foresee or not know how to handle or have to pay additional fees to get a lawyer to handle such areas has been taken care of.
Absolutely. And you know what I see in all of this? I see that secret love for the law profession in you.
Yes.
It's still there. So now let's dive into today's questions, because we put some questions out there, for you.
Okay.
specially tailor-made for you.
Okay.
So I'd like to know how accessible and affordable is it in businesses like yours, you know, to secure fresh fruits and foods?
Interesting.
And that's in the context of today's Nigeria.
Yes, yes, yes. It's not an easy journey so far, and that's because in procuring some of these fresh fruits and vegetables, there are certain challenges and issues that we've had to deal with, especially in this area of this part of the continent, Nigeria. The one of topmost on my list, I would say, has to do with the daily rising cost of food. And that is not just peculiar to us here in Nigeria, it's a global issue now, where we have even the middle class struggle to put nutrient, well-balanced meal of a 3 square meal or 2 on the table. And that is something that I believe globally we're struggling, and developed countries are helping their citizens to work in a way where that can be made easier. However, you still have to look into the area of the availability and how affordable these produce are. And there are certain things that will affect that in the area of climate change. Particularly this year, I think we've had very harsh weather conditions in some areas, and then flood is another part that has affected the growing of this fresh produce for the farmers. And all these contributes to how available these products are for us to be able to have them. Another major issue is the fact that in this part of the world, we import a lot of our food. We do not produce enough locally to take care of the demand for our kind of population. And so when these major parts of the food are being imported, and then by the time they arrive to the end consumer, how affordable are they? And also you have to also look into the area of availability, in the sense that there are seasonal changes to some of these fruits and vegetables, and then geographical locations. We don't have the good system or area to grow some of these crops. I know in some states, say for instance Jos, they have good geographical locations to actually farm and produce some of these products. But then how enough in that little capacity can take care of all the demands of the country? So we then still have to fall back in the area of having to import these products. We also need to look into the issue of how the farmers, how are they really being equipped with what they need to make sure that these produce are available. Now there's the issue of, how do I put it, safety and security for the farmers. In the last decade, they've been scared to even go into their farms for the fear of herdsmen and probably bandits that can come and affect their farms and even themselves. So they have not, some of them have totally changed their farming profession to something else, and then the ones farming are not so encouraged, with other areas where there are loopholes for them to progress or produce in a large scale.
Generally, yeah, you will say that there are a lot of things working against making the food available.
I would also think that we do not have a good storage facility to help us, preserve some of these fresh fruits that are being transported from the farms to town, and also bad roads contributes to that.
Yeah, logistics, storage, those are huge
setbacks for the farmers.
So well, I'm sure that we're listening.
Yeah, but I do look forward to the government. I know there's been a lot of policies that has been put in place, but how have they actually been executed properly for these issues or agricultural issues to be taken care of properly? Right. But then again, we have to hope and believe that then private sectors help to come in and assist in that area.
We look up to people like you to come together as groups to be able to do some of these things, because if we keep saying we're waiting for government, we are government. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyhow, what would you say are the factors,
Okay.
that will make procurement process easy or difficult? Are these the same things we talked about?
We've actually dealt with some of that
Some of
in the area of how available are they, how affordable are they, and then have we put in place proper structures to help us to ensure that when transporting these products from the farm, there is a way to keep or lessen the high percentage of it being in spoilage or wastage before it gets to the end consumers. And then there are also ways where government can help. I'll go back to government again, because then again, even when you have private sectors handling some of these issues, there are requirements, there are policies where it makes it a bit difficult, or it's not so easy for them to go through those procedures without getting some approvals to help the farmers. So I would still say that in procuring some of these products, it's still in the high level of how the economy has turned in the last years of things, and the dollar rate also. And then we cannot shy from the fact that the current subsidy in the fuel, the taking off of subsidy in the fuel has also affected the cost of transportation, which is a huge part of how some of these products, fruits and vegetables, are now affected because the regular man on the streets cannot seem to afford them.
Which is why we shouldn't be shocked when a regular pepper seller tells us that, the prices have gone up because of the dollar.
Yes, and that happens daily, because in 24 hours you can buy something at 100 naira, and then when you're at the market it's going for, in fact, 100% more. You can buy it for 300, 350. Yeah. That is one of the issues that we have to deal with daily, when you're not even sure of what the cost of the raw materials you're going to be working with.
Yeah, I was even hoping that you talk about the orientation.
Okay.
Because so many of us are diving into that sector.
Business.
And I doubt it if we have enough knowledge.
Okay.
Right? Okay, even if we don't have enough institutions that will take us through this thing, are there programs, orientation programs, seminars, for instance, workshop? Are we doing enough of that?
To help you in procuring?
To help people. Procurement will be part of it.
Okay.
I mean, to know about
what is expected of them. So
otherwise you get in, you
have a lot of people in the business that just tend to delve into it, like you mentioned, not knowing what is expected or the kind of challenges you have to face. Now, there are schools, there are seminars, there are talk shops that take care of areas like that, where you are being told what to do, what to expect, how to establish the business, and how to keep it afloat for good profits. But you can just keep naming some of these things, even if you're not sure of what areas to look into.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's look at the healthy food space. I want to call it that.
Yeah.
And it's becoming really, really saturated. Like I said, everybody is jumping into the health, that food space. Okay. Is there enough space for us?
There's enough space for everyone to do that. Now the question would be, what sort of markets are you catering for if you would want to delve into the area of the healthy food business?
Yeah.
For us at Links Cafe, we have two categories of people where we cater for, in the sense that there is the HNIs, who are the high network individuals, who are well exposed, they're well traveled. We're talking the MDs, the CEOs, who know exactly and precisely what they want from you. And so for that category of people, we tend to go overboard and get them exactly what they want.
Yeah.
At a, of course, very, very, very handsome price, because they give you a blank check, they don't mind what it will cost. And then you have the other parts who are the middle class, who also know what they want, but have a sort of lean budget as to what you're willing to part with for the services that you're rendering. Yeah. So you consider how you can then have alternative sort of fruits and vegetables, not meaning that it's lesser in nutrients, but it's a thing of taste and what you're willing to pay for. So in that area, you then look for alternative fruits and vegetables that would also equally give them the required daily intake that they need. And there's also another part of the group who are not within the middle class, but they understand the need to want to stay and live healthy, but they cannot afford it. So in that area, we prepare what we call meal plans for them, where they can use everyday products around them, your shoko, the ugu, your grains, and help them tailor make into recipes that will help them stay healthy. And for some of them, they're already battling with one ailment or the other, and the doctors have sent them to us. So we help them look at how we can use this very affordable produce to
I'd still like to, before we delve into the personal healthy food area, I still want to talk about the business a little bit more. Right? Because you've talked about wastage, problems of logistics, storage, which leads to wastage anyway. For a business like yours, are there any particular strategies that you would want to let us into to keep your business profitable in the light of all of these potholes and wastages?
Strategy in the area of advertising the business, or in the area of, I'm trying to understand.
Yes, strategies in the area of having some kind of a routine. Right? For instance, don't store certain foods for more than, restock maybe every week rather than every month. Stuff like that, just so that you can
to reduce wastage and make it more affordable.
And then making your money.
For a business that deals with fresh produce, it's something that is either you need to stock every 2 days at the most. Because when the end product gets to you that you're working with and it's not in the best form that it should be, then you have you're producing or giving to the end user something that is not what it should be. In the area of when you are establishing a business that deals with fresh produce, you either affiliate yourself with a farmer in your neighborhood. We have tried that, and then consider some of these fruits and vegetables might have to be sourced internationally, meaning you also have to look at getting them from other countries.
And that makes me feel, I'll just pop in one little question, because I'm told we have just 2 minutes to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, passion, they say, is not enough, right? What skill set or knowledge would you recommend? You had a law background. What would you recommend for someone who wants to go into your space and stay there for a long time?
Passion is not enough. I think just about a few days ago, I ran into a clip on the internet. It talked about, there was this business summit put together for new graduates. And a guy had asked a question from the speaker that he has a paying job, however, he's not passionate about it. What should he do? His passion is not making him enough income. And the guy asked him, oh, did you eat today? He said, yeah, what did you eat? He said, rice. Did you drink? He said, water or something. And then he asked him, did you eat passion or did you drink passion? And everyone laughed, and then he said no. And the question is, how life works ordinarily is that what you need, money is actually what you need to get whatever you need, whatever you need to buy, whatever it is that you need. So if your passion is not paying or making you enough to take care of your financial responsibilities, then I will advise that you put in your best and get good, very good at what makes you money, and then make a lot of it. And then when you make that, you have enough time to explore your passion. And looking at it this way, passion is like talent given to you from God. And then what you do with that talent, it's like your gift back to God, to humanity, or your community. But then again, if you fall into the category of people that are lucky enough they are into their passion as a business and it's also making them money to take care of their financial need, good for you. They turn out to be one of the happiest employers and employees. But my advice is, if your passion is not readily generating you profit or money to take care of you, your responsibilities, I would say put a pause on the passion. Get very good at what makes you money and make a lot of it, and then you'll have enough time to go back into what your passion is.
You're a huge temptation. And of course, yes, you've talked about it, you've touched that business angle, which has been our focus today. the personal health angle, we'll have to bring you back for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, if you're surprised about all you've heard, I'm not. Aderonke Olayoye certainly did not achieve this by waiting for things to happen. She obviously put her hands to the plow and made it happen for her. Thank you so much, Aderonke, for being our guest on the program. And we hope to have you join us again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, it's today with John and Helen, live on Plus TV Africa. Another break beckons, and we will take it. And right after that, we'll take our second guest, who I hear is somewhere around in the studio, I hope. Let's take that break now.